Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urdvarukamiva bandhanam mrichor mukshiyam amritate. Om Namah Shivaya. What can you do to make the Kundalini energy rise? You have had a Kundalini awakening, or maybe you're not sure, but either way, what can you do to make the energy rise? The stability and the foundation starts with 1. What we're eating in our diet, in our nutrition, will change everything in our consciousness. It is number 1, the most important thing that we can do is to change our diet. First and foremost, if we've been eating a not so conscious diet for a while, not organic food, fast food, you know the list, okay? There needs to be a time of purification. Purification followed by rejuvenation. Then stability. Then purification followed by rejuvenation, and then stability. And we keep rising in our level of physical purity, meaning that we have a lot of toxins stored in our bodies, in our organs, and our blood. Our blood, when purified, becomes the liquid gold of our body, and it affects our consciousness. So the more prana and the more life force that is circulating in our body, the more availability our body has to burn through not only the physical blocks, but the emotional and the mental and the spiritual blocks. And so there's a huge learning curve here, and there's different stages, but there is no way we can bypass the fact that if we're eating too much and we're eating the wrong foods, there's only so far we're going to go. Because our body needs to be able to be a vessel, a divine vessel. And that takes work. Just like when someone wants to be a bodybuilder, there are things they have to do to be a bodybuilder, or they just can't be one. There are certain things they need to eat, and there are certain things they need to practice every day to get those big muscles that they want so much. When the Kundalini is something that you want to raise, your body is just as important to spiritualize and sanctify your body. It does not mean to become obsessive or neurotic or turn food into a religion, or that you have to be a vegan, or that I'm promoting any sort of type of diet. I am saying that it's pretty clear what it's going to take, and it's up to you to really tune in to what that is. And it can be hard at the beginning when we may have addictions to food and things, and we think our body is actually needing them when actually we're addicted to them, and there's a big difference. But when you focus on your body and taking care of your body and really appreciating your body and eating the right foods and making sure you're getting all the nutrition you need, then things are going to start changing. Just as important to get the foundation as the food. Number 2, exercising. And I mean exercising in a way where your mind and your breath and your body become one, so that you are getting the blood flowing, and that you are rising the heart rate to whatever capacity is okay for you, and you are oxygenating the body, and you are cleaning the organs, and you are balancing the brain hemispheres, and you are strengthening your nervous system and keeping yourself strong. And this is at any age. Wherever you're at, this is possible and necessary for the energy to rise. Because if you just start meditating a lot and you haven't strengthened your nervous system, because your nerves have to be strong like steel, and your body has to be solid and stable like a mountain, then the electrical energy of the Kundalini, this powerful, powerful electricity, can then be safe to rise. And it won't blow you out. Because if you have the fuel and you've conserved the energy and you've built up the strength and you have the nutritional reserves, your body knows the Kundalini energy is the Divine Mother within you. she knows, and she becomes brighter and brighter, and she moves a little bit up, and she's able to move around. And that energy is so aware of you, because it is you, it can go to different parts of your body, and it can slowly work on your heart, or it can work on your throat, and it can move around. But all the while, the right and left hemispheres of the brain are balancing out. The right and left hemispheres of your body, where the karma of your male and female ancestors is stored, is working out. And what are you doing? Oh, you've committed to this path. You're doing the program every day what you need to do to create that lifestyle foundation for the Kundalini to rise. And so steady, one step at a time, slow and steady wins the race. Totally committed and determined with whatever you can do, whatever vow you make, that I will do this for 5 minutes a day, for an hour a day. I will change this habit or that habit. Just stick with it. And that energy will begin to speak to you from deep inside and let you know what it needs when you are clear enough. And there's practices we do here or through retreat that helps us to tune into all of this. Because what we do here and what I have to offer, coming here to learn what we can do so that we have the ability to empower ourselves in our daily life, to be a leader in our world, not a follower. So when the Kundalini is awakened and rising, you must become a leader, and that begins with really, really leading yourself. We don't have a place to start leading other people until we've proven that we can do what it takes to lead ourselves. We don't need to fight the world. Who we're really fighting is ourselves. And so when we get the stable foundation and care for our body and find the tools that we need and learn what we need to learn about that, and of course, as time goes by, we get better and better at it. It becomes more and more natural, and the energy slowly moves up. And then we start feeling different powers at work in our life. We start having different psychic experiences, because the truth is, when we're able to do those things I'm talking about, the yogic powers or the psychic abilities belong to every human. It's just that every human hasn't done the work and opened up to the places they need to open up to experience those powers. And even if you have, can you control them is another question. Can you willfully go there? Well, it gets easier and easier with time. And the most important thing about going there is that how and why we use the powers is the most important thing, because the truth is the powers are using us. So when our life is a life of service, not to our selfishness, but to all sentient beings, you will find that more and more those powers become your powers. But until then, there's a lock there. There's a spiritual lock there. And so when we start becoming less and less fearful, we become less and less selfish. And that's all about the first and root chakra. And when I say selfish, I don't mean that you shouldn't care for yourself. I mean that when our behavior is more self-serving rather than thinking of the big picture, it's hard for us to move forward. And the only reason that we don't think of the big picture and others often is because of pain and fear. All those things make us very obsessed with ourselves. But when we start connecting to the cosmic energy and becoming a vessel and a channel, and really tuning in to the Divine Mother, then we realize we don't have a problem. There's nothing to worry about. She is doing everything through me. And I will believe that, and I will have total faith in that when I know that I'm doing everything to merge with that energy on a daily basis. That's within my reach, that doesn't burn me out, that is consistent and practical, and where I can keep learning what it means to surrender and tune into my heart and be kind to other people. When I'm kind to myself, I will be kind to others. When I'm connected to myself, I will be connected to others. That's really how it works. And then the Kundalini energy is rising through the second and third chakra. Okay, then all of a sudden you start feeling the energy in your heart. When the Kundalini energy is in your heart, or when something stirs you in a spiritual way, you'll cry. out of love, a love that you can't even understand. It's just so powerful for your heart that your heart, just like the rain cloud, bursts open. Our heart just bursts open. And it's not sad, and it's just pure joy. But there may be a tinge of sadness because we feel the separation still. And that is what devotion is that we have this thing outside of us that we have this projection of divinity upon. And when we haven't come to a place where we have felt we've merged with that, we feel the separation. But in that space of yearning is where we can make the huge amount of progress because it compels us. So when God opens our heart, or when the Kundalini energy shows us how much more life can be, when we can live in that place of a love we never thought possible, we're going to be compelled to stick with it. When we notice that we're becoming happier for no reason, and we don't feel like we have to go there and suffer. Like we have these bad things, but we don't have to go there. Because we can just shut that book. We can just say goodbye to that. And not because we're pushing it down, but for real. Because God has lifted us and shown us that this is who you really are. You know, you don't have to go and make amends with all these people and get them to understand you who hurt you, or get some sort of resolution by what are they going to do? Admit what they did, say they're sorry. That's fine, but in the end, we're the one holding the pain. And so when we let go of that, our energy is free, and we become more youthful and more joyful. And it may only be for short periods of time, but this is the goal, is that we are completely trusting that everything is for us, and that everything is taking us to the light, and that there is nothing to fear. It's just that the road between really knowing that place becomes an issue when we aren't doing what we need to do, and we keep thinking we can bypass it, do it our own way, do what feels good to us. Don't experience slight discomfort. Say you're going to wake up at a certain time every day, but one day you're like, I don't feel like it. The first time we let go, it's like the next day, I don't really feel like it. And then all of a sudden we've lost the good habit. It's just that when the ball is rolling one way, it takes extra effort to get the ball rolling the other way. And this is why I do retreats here, why we have classes here, because the number one most important way for us to stabilize in that commitment to the raising of our energy is to have constant reminders and supports. And that's not because we don't already know, but this world and these habits and these ancestral tendencies will keep us going in one way. And we need to keep going the way where we are not caught in those ruts anymore. And that involves being supported. And the most important thing about support is it's not like you feel like you have a friend. That's one part. The other part is it's the energy that changes us. When the group comes together and does the spiritual practices, there is an effect that it has on your body, and you just change. And the more you engage in it, the more you are transformed. This is a genuine spiritual connection. This is genuine spiritual group activity. Not anything pretentious that you might find out there. While that may be somewhat beneficial, I am talking about genuine. And when you have that in your life, or if you've ever experienced that, you will know what I'm talking about. And there will be nothing. If you really are determined to realize your spiritual potential, there will be nothing that's more important for you to have in your life than that. The Buddha said it, they all said it, that you need those things. Even Jesus went off to India to get the spiritual practices. Even someone born like that still needed to go through the training. Because you aren't just like there. It just doesn't work like that. Because like with everything, and we are in a place ruled by the planet Saturn, this world, the reality is we are in time, and we must do the work to achieve. Nothing comes for free or without effort. But when we're going in the right direction, every day, whatever your circumstances, your life makes sense. You can find peace and hope And you can find love for people who hurt you that you didn't know was there. You can find hope in a situation where you thought there was none before. Because the truth was, it was always there. But our consciousness was in a place where we couldn't experience that. So when you raise your frequency and your energy and come from a different place, and when you do the practices and you have the support, the energy of the Kundalini has what it needs, because just like your body needs certain things to survive, like protein, carbohydrates, fats, water, your spiritual soul, Kundalini, needs the same sort of things to survive and thrive and grow like a flower. And so it's our responsibility to provide those things. And wherever you're at, you will find within your heart what that means to you as far as how much of a priority it is. Because you will get what you need when you really want it. And you will do whatever it takes, and fear won't matter, because when your trust is absolute and your decision is complete, what you'll learn is that you are the one creating this. You can make anything happen when you believe it. And when that wanting to make something happen is intended toward your spiritual progress, you can believe the universe is on your side. Because that Kundalini energy, she wants to rise. She is all form, all sound, everything we see. She is that. She has created herself again and again through all of us. But she is also Shiva. You can look at Shiva as her home. She left her home and went out on this journey of creativity. Long, long journey for Kali. And she finds her way back to Shiva, her home, her peace, her union with the divine. And it's a full circle, and everything is all about that dance. And everything in our life, however uncomfortable or painful, is still a part of that divine dance. But we are doing this for ourselves. And ourself is in everybody. And the divine mother light within you wants to rise for you to find your true home. Your true home. We are all one. If people just could know for 1 second that truth. But it doesn't go like that. What it goes like is that one by one, person by person, has an awakening like you, and becomes the hero of the leader of their own life like you. And when you're a real leader, you get the help you need, because we all need help. Nobody is an island, and we all need support. And against all odds, we will rise. We will rise with the support of the Divine Mother when we are doing what we do because we love her, and we love everybody because we love ourselves. And only you know how much you deserve that love. Only you know that you can forgive yourself, because everything that you've been through has only been to learn or to work out some karma. And anything that you're even doing right now, that energy, that divine energy, is available to you as much as it is to the Buddha or to Jesus or to anybody. It's available to you. We are all equal. We are all one. We're all just on different parts of the road. But when we come together with the intention of remembering who we are, the light shines down so bright. Because, like Jesus said, when 2 or more are gathered in my name. And so when we get a group of people here in this environment that we have created, a Kali temple, a Shiva temple, a Ganesha temple, Om Mani Padme Hum, we have created it here by our actions and our behavior and our lifestyle. This is a vortex. This is a portal. This entire house is a yantra. You are a yantra. You are a vortex. You are a portal. When we get all the people with the voice as one voice, with the prayer as one prayer, you can see how energy rises. You can imagine the breakthroughs. It's your attitude. It's your intention. It's your devotion. It's your divine will. May my will be the will of God. May I be the vessel of God. May the Mother Light speak and act through me. And may I be brave enough to let that happen. And if you want to come to the retreat, August 4th through 8th, it's not too late.